Alright, let's try out your map, shall I? It's called Unnamed Test. It's a beautiful name for the test. Now, some complaints I may have with it might have to do with lighting, so like full compile, but I don't think you did that. Seeing as how you compiled without the exit. So I'm just not gonna talk about lighting, at least for now. Or I'll try and envision what I think it might be like with full compile on. Just gotta wait for Portal 2 to load. Sorry. Hitting myself is not part of the test. Alright, I'm assuming that this is just an entrance. So first off, these textures are a little bland. Now this might just be in-place textures. Like, these aren't actual textures you're going to be using, but I would recommend switching them up. Okay, you did use the grid, so at least that's good. You have to cut out holes for fizzlers, and because you don't want to see that, so I recommend like making 3 brushes for the sides and the back, and then a couple brushes for the top and bottom, and then using like metal wall BTS for the tops and bottoms of the fizzlers. Obviously, this isn't supposed to be here because, you know, you didn't compile it. Now, the actual inside of your test chamber is looking really nice. I really like this. That goo could use a bit of work. I don't even think you're supposed to use goo here. If you have a reason for why the goo's there. I mean, I like the idea that there's goo here. It's just something seems a bit off about the goo. Not quite sure yet. I thought there were... I don't think these are supposed to be used like that. We should probably... Ooh, you have a ball. Interesting. Interesting testing element. Even though that this is, you know, almost sort of like a Wheatley style type chamber, I would recommend antlines, even if you have to break them apart. I mean, I still like, whoa. Okay. I do like that you have put the exit sign there, but the exit sign and the square signage really makes me think that this button does 2 things and not 1. Nice decoration. I mean, it could use a bit of work, at least for the geometry, but so far I really like the decoration on this. If you don't mind me, you know, I actually have a keybind. Interesting observation room. Whoa, I'm not supposed to be in there, but I would recommend putting a decal or overlay, maybe like right here. Well, actually, now that I think about it, I don't think an observation room fits here, honestly. Like, I get that it's supposed to be, you know, ooh, texture clipping. That's not a good thing. You can't even, yeah, you can't even see that from out here. Well, yeah, there is, so I don't know why you did that. Forgive me, my voice is going way out of line. I don't know, I'm supposed to be working on the puzzle here, but yeah, I don't think an observation room fits here. You have plenty of lights and reasons for why lights may exist, such as, you know, the entire thing being open here, like the big metal fan. Other than, like, observation room and the textures on this corridor, which I think you might change because you have varied up the textures here. So, you know, ignore that gripe. Other than, you know, I don't think an observation room belongs here, especially because this is all broken up. You could put maybe like, oh yeah, there's a catwalk here. Maybe you could make like a catwalk coming into the observation room and then put a door here. I don't know. I don't think the observation room belongs here, just because it's a wheelie style test. Alright, let's press this button. That drops a ball. Cool. Just as I expected. God, you are amazing at decorating, I'm not gonna lie. Like, all of this decoration. Let me just make sure. Okay. So the player's not gonna be able to come back here. At least I don't think they will. Ooh. Yeah, the player's not gonna be able to come back here. So I would recommend removing a lot of this, especially since you know that they're not going to come back here because you've added in a catwalk that goes off from nowhere. I would recommend removing these arms and just making all of this no draw. That will definitely help compile times a lot. That's probably why you're having trouble compiling. Interesting. I do like all the varied stuff, but like for example, you did make the tops of them no draw, so I don't know why you didn't just come back here and make these no draw, because the player's never gonna see that. You wanna no draw everything the player's not gonna see. So, like for instance, this, you don't need to do that. Like, you can make that no draw. You can make that no draw, I think. Unless the player is going to come up here at some point. But, I digress. Okay. Enter the funnel. Get ourselves a cube. The ball. Interesting. The ball's the thing that reverses the funnel? Huh. This might be a really good puzzle. So this cube. No? Unless it's really as simple as be as simple as just doing that. Whoa. Perhaps I should wait a little bit before pressing that button. Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. There's like a little corner here that you can place the ball in. Ooh. Right, you said that there was nothing here. Okay. So, hammerwork is, from my standpoint, excellent. I mean, I really like this a lot. Like I said, it could benefit from having no draw in certain places. Like you no drawed here, and maybe you haven't gotten around to actually like no drawing stuff like this, and just like going around and making note. Like for example, you can no draw this, but I think that you already have done this. I mean, not have already done this, but you haven't done this yet because it is optimization, and you want to save that for the last bit. I would constantly go around and just no draw everything the player can't see. I really like this. That's interesting. That's unique. Geometry's varied up pretty substantially. I mean, it's still a little bit boxy, but I mean, I kind of like it. I just happen to like boxy things, though. Bright light. I mean, I really can't find anything to complain about. Anything I would have would be simple nitpicks. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, why is there an observation room on that side and on this side? Oh, there is. And this is... Oh, dear God. Well, you know, perhaps I, you know, I did not expect that. Well, didn't know that this was a horror map. Yep, that's good. God, I'm sorry, but I really like this. I really can't find much to gripe about. Hammer-wise. Yeah, your destruction makes sense. Everything just kind of fits. or light strips do output like some light, just so that it looks like your test chamber is lit. Obviously, observation room and fan is what's doing most of the lighting. I like the fan doing a lot of the lighting, but a lot of the lighting gets hit onto the ceiling. I would have maybe more of an open top either here. There is here, which means that there's lighting here. Yeah, hammer-wise, this is really nice. The puzzle could use a little bit of work, I think. I do say a little bit. Like, for example, I've done a puzzle with light bridges and funnels. I've done several puzzles with light bridges and funnels. To say the least, light bridges and funnels are pretty used. Now, that doesn't mean that you shouldn't use light bridges or funnels. It just means just get a little more creative with it. Like, for example, I didn't need this light bridge more than a couple times. I did not. Ooh, is there a way to get over here? No, there isn't. With the ball on that? There might be a way to trap myself. No, because then only... Well, there might be a trapping situation, but I'm not gonna worry about that. Just because it's such a simple puzzle that trapping yourself would be dumb. Yeah, I might change that up. That doesn't... I mean, it clipping inside... Basically, I think your only problem is having things clip inside each other. For example, I'm not even sure that's visible. Well, it's visible over here, I guess. But there's some tiles it's on that it's not visible, and I'm just like, eh. Wow, you really did a lot, though. Sprite. Cable going into wall, pretty standard. But anyways, puzzle-wise, I just don't think it's... I don't think it's great. It's pretty decent. There's a lot of interesting moves, like having to put the light bridge in the orange funnel so you can get over there. It's better than a front page map in terms of puzzle. That's a compliment. That's a big compliment, actually. Like, I actually felt like I solved the puzzle. So I think if you added in a little bit more to do, like maybe with the light bridge or maybe with a funnel, if you added in like a third room, or if you added in something else you had to do with a light bridge and or funnel, I wouldn't use a ball. I would find some way to use 2 cubes, or if you really wanted to get you know, creative, try only using a single cube and nothing else with this kind of setup, and see if you can actually do it. Basically limit yourself. Limit yourself to how many puzzles, how many elements you put in. For example, this is considered an element. The cube's considered an element. Buttons, I mean, they go with cubes, so they're not considered a special element. But, for example, you have 1, 2, 3, 4. This puzzle could really benefit from using only 3 elements. You can use as many as you want, so for example, 2 cubes only counts as 1 element. Don't have 2 funnels, though. Unless it's like some unique use of two funnels, but don't have two funnels, don't have two light bridges. We can have two cubes. Am I making sense? Probably not. Basically, it's a good puzzle, but I want to see a great puzzle. Because this is amazing hammer work, and amazing hammer work needs to have an amazing puzzle to go along with it. So don't think I'm like disappointed in the puzzle or anything. I'm not. It was a lot better than I was actually expecting it to be. Because, and the hammer work too, dear God. I mean, I've seen the hammer work that you've done, and I was like, wow, I mean, but that's just one part, right? That's just one part of something. But wow, I'm impressed by the hammer work. Not as impressed by the puzzle, but that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad puzzle by any stretch of the means. Just work on the puzzle a little bit more. I do like how you have the ant lines going up and then there's like that there. I do like that. So that it, yeah, I love that. So that it shows the inner workings of ant lines. I'd maybe show that go up to the funnel a little bit, you know, and make that a little clearer, but I don't know. I haven't worked with overlays too much. Not overlays, antlines. Antlines are not overlays there. Well, they are overlays. I am getting way too ahead of myself. Good hammer work. Great hammer work. Yeah. Great hammer work. Work on the puzzle a little bit. You'll be set. I mean, this is great. I'm assuming once we get a full compile, unless this is a full compile, but once we get more lighting and more fog and stuff like that, this will be an amazing map. Just work on the puzzle a little bit. That's my main complaint. That's it. I mean, maybe giant texture could use a little bit changing, but I do like giant texture. It's funny. So, you know, you want to keep it, go right ahead. I'm not going to take the map too seriously, because I don't think the map takes itself seriously either. But, just fix some clipping issues, you'll be fine. Fix the puzzle up a little bit, add some more steps. Do some more with this fizzler. I think that you could use this fizzler to do something. Not quite sure what. Like, I get it's to stop you from just pulling in the edgeless safety cube with the orange funnel, but try and use the fizzler instead of having it as an obstacle. But yeah, no, I'm impressed. Great job. Jerb. Great job. Great work. That's it. Seriously. Good job.